We are out of the Soul Cairn and we have Lucien back. We're also home in Whiterun. The only home I actually have, now that I think of it. Everything I used to have was left down in the Imperial City and I had to leave it as quickly as possible to save my life just earlier this year. But everything I had down there, if it's not ransacked, can go to my brother. I don't want to step foot in Cyrodiil again, not unless my daughter Salonia somehow shows up. My life down there ended when my wife died and my daughter was taken. All I'll have is a decent, half-decent bed, some paintings on the wall, commoner clothes in my wardrobe, and a dagger or two, along with, the normal things like rugs on the floor and a pot to cook food in. I have so much more here in Breezeholm than I ever had down there. My shack on the waterfront will sell for a couple thousand septims at most, but at least it's something. I'll have to send a letter to my brother Hafnar, which I plan to write before we leave Whiterun. I don't need anything that I've left down there since I've never had this much gold that I have now, around 60,000. I could buy a nice home here or a half-decent one in the Imperial City since they are so expensive. I'd rather live here in Skyrim and be truly at home again in my native province than be a foreigner and one with bad memories. And I say this knowing that what Skyrim is currently going through must have been alike to the Oblivion Crisis back in the last era. Turmoil, fear, death, and every dark group suddenly springing up to take advantage of the situation. It is now Evening Star, and Saturnalia is coming up soon, on the 25th. The year is coming to an end, since we are in the last month of 201 Fourth Era. I haven't celebrated Saturnalia since my family was destroyed. It was just too painful to do so. But now I am so busy I don't think there is anything I can do besides give Lucia a gift and a kiss on the forehead. The end of the world seems to be coming from many directions these days, and when things settle somewhat, maybe, at least when the threat of Magnus being blocked out is gone, then I can look for a real home and pour my gold into it. Something that I've always wanted. A home that I built. A home I can be proud of.
But honestly, I appreciate that you're keeping our spirits up. Thanks. Look, there is something I'd like to tell you.
Alright.
And I really feel like now's the time. Do you like me? Not just as a friend, but as something else? I think you know what I mean.
I think maybe we should be saying this by a fire, but well, everywhere's cold on this island. I think you know how I feel. Yeah. I know she knows it.
Then, hopefully this won't be awkward.
A kiss. Sarana and I kissed. It was something that needs a lot of repeating, but it was probably about the nicest thing I have had since Amelia, my wife, died. Sarana and I, well, I don't know what sort of future we will or ever could have together, but I do have to say that no matter what happens, us being together feels right. As long as Sarana is with me, we are also protected against her father's goal to block out Magnus, since she is the sacrifice he needs to do it. So, having her at my side is the best for everyone right now, especially us. What are you doing here? Delphine.
What is it?
Alright. I know no one knows who you are, but... So what happened to the Blades? Why are you on the run?
The Thalmor happened. They've been hunting down every blade they can find for the past 30 years. Thanks to the White Gold Concordat, they've been able to operate throughout the Empire with impunity.
So why are they hunting you?
When I was young, our leaders became obsessed with the
So,
Thalmor threat.
Mikhail, what
They
lady
believed
tonight,
that if and
Something
when we
upbeat?
found a
A
Dragonborn,
Breton jig,
we would
maybe?
need to protect him against the
There's this
Thalmor.
lovely Argonian ballad.
Turns out we fatally
We've been
underestimated
down
the
this road
Thalmor.
before, Mikhail.
They smashed
Save
us
the
with
sap and
ease
sadness for
during the
your
Great
lady
War.
friends.
I was one of the
think
few
you
who
like
escaped.
cheeriness.
For a long time, all I cared about was staying
You do
alive
raise a good point.
and taking
What
revenge on
about
the Thalmor when I
sweet
could.
maiden fair from
But then the
Hadley
dragons returned,
Well, that's
and
not
I
bad.
remembered that the
But I was
Blades used to be
thinking
dragon
Mogul's
slayers,
need really gets
and
the
that we
place
were
to
sworn to protect the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer of all.
That was, what, second era stuff or first era? This long time ago. So, I think that's enough. I know everything else.
I'll see you back in Riverwood.
Yes, we'll have to meet down there to conduct our business properly. Can't really talk
Not
around
here.
here.
I told you to meet me in Riverwood.
Yes.
I never really understood why some people would prefer to pad themselves with more metal. Yes, their figure is more sturdy, but now they're much
Do
easier
you
to
need
hit.
something?
Yes, heavy armor. Never my thing. Especially since I became a thief. But, as a scout in the Imperial Legion, well, not a scout, a light cavalry, yeah, you didn't wear heavy armor. I did earlier, though. I was part of the regular heavy cavalry. When I was younger. After a year, I transferred out of there. So I know all about heavy armor. Okay, heavy versus light argument. No, we found another thing we have to be quiet about, which is odd because now I have to be quiet from people who are pro-imperial here. Rafalia Greymane, maybe we need to go into your home. Hello?
Please tell me you have news of my son.
Yes, Thorold is safe.
Is he? You've saved him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I must see him at once.
He said he was... Oh wait, that's right. He said he's not here. He didn't think it was safe to return. He didn't want to put you or the rest of his family in danger.
What? After all this, I can't even see him? How do I know you're telling me the truth and not just what I want to hear?
He said to tell you to suffer the winter's cold wind.
For it bears aloft next summer's seeds. That's my boy. So it's true then. For now it's enough to know that he's alive. I can find peace in that. Thank you, dear friend. You've given me back my son. I'd had Eorlund forge this for Thorold. It was to be a present for his return. I suppose he can't have it now. Why don't you take it?
Oh, it's
We
okay.
can always make another for the day when this war ends and Thorold can come home.
Alright, so I hear you know who the best blacksmith is in Skyrim.
I can tell you're new around here
Eorlund.
asking a question like that.
No, I know who it is.
My husband
Eorlund Greymane.
Eorlund tends the Skyforge up at Jorvaskr. The Companion's Mead Hall. There's no finer smith in the Nine Halls. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing battle-borns.
Alright, what can you tell me about the Battleborns?
Don't even get me started on that lot. They put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, they've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between them. Greymane. Huh, now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history.
Oh, excuse me, still waking up, even though it's past the middle of the day. Alright, we'll see you again,
Always
Fralia.
a pleasure.
The finest cuts, fresh
To
from the
watch who you're
wilds.
talking. What you're saying around people. Who is this again? Hey,
If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got.
where'd you learn to play?
There's a whole college up in Solitude where they
Yeah, I
teach
was
the
there.
arts. Song, lute playing, poetry. I studied there myself. Had to leave over a misunderstanding with the head mistress. Well, more a misunderstanding with her husband. Some parting advice? Women love sonnets.
By the best blacksmith in Skyrim.
Women love songs. Look at this tree now. How long ago was that? A month or two ago? This is amazing. From the gods it must be. Right, there is something that I heard. And I didn't really look into it. I don't know if I have it in my, Oh, whose dog are you? You're a little puppy. Hey. About the children of the Jarl here. Let's, see if I have it in my journal. Alright, I found where I wrote it down. Ask Balgruuf about his children. There was something going on. I don't know what it was. I'm also have to purchase Honeyside from Riften's... Oh, Riften. Not Whiterun. Anyways, here to ask Balgruuf about his children. No assassins here this time, please. I didn't even pay attention to that floor up there before.
So angry, he can hardly stand it. Father promised me a new dress.
Done us a great service.
Now where is it?
Here is your reward.
It takes a while to make a dress, Dagny. You have to be patient.
I remember the children.
But I
They're
don't
very,
want to be patient. I want my
unruly.
dress right now. Father promised.
Wow.
All you ever do is complain about what you want. You're a spoiled
Well,
baby.
this castle definitely looks better than the one back on the island. That's for sure.
I'd say. I'd much rather have this than even visit the other place. Ugh. My lord.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Oh, yes, I also forgot about that message from General Tullius. Here, it's important.
No doubt requesting to garrison his men in my castle. How many times must I deny him? Well, out with it.
Well, this is more important. It's Ulfric plans to attack Whiterun. The general wants to lend Legion troops.
I see. Give the papers to my steward.
I was given strict instructions for the Jarl's eyes only.
Don't be daft. Proventus is my eyes. Just give me the letter. I presume once I have it, I can do as I please with it? Good. These are interesting reports. Proventus, what do you make of all this? If Ulfric were to attack Whiterun,
As in all things, Lord, caution. I urge us to wait and see.
Pray wait.
I'm of a mind with Irileth. It's time to act.
You plan to march on Windhelm?
I'm not a fool, Proventus. I mean, it's time to challenge Ulfric to face me as a man, or to declare his intentions.
He'll do no such thing.
He was rather straightforward with Torrig.
Torrig? He simply walked up to the boy and murdered him.
That boy was High King of Skyrim.
I'm not the High King, but neither am I a boy. If Ulfric wants to challenge my rule in the old way, let him. Though I suspect he'll prefer to send his Stormcloaks to do it for him.
True, he's already proven his personal strength. Now he seeks to prove his armies.
Then might I urge you to consider General Tullius's request? I mean, if you are bent on offending Jarl Ulfric.
Ulfric is the one who has offended. But Proventus has a point.
What can I do for you?
Clear. In his mind, to refuse his claim is to side with the Empire.
Ah.
And what
Yes.
harm is there in letting a few legionnaires die in place of your own men?
It seems coward.
Yes.
Was it cowardly then to accept the white gold concordat?
This again. That was different. Was I given a chance to object to the terms of the treaty? No. The Jarls weren't asked. We were told. And we had to like it.
The chests of gold didn't hurt.
Damn it. This isn't about gold.
It's time to decide.
Lord, wait. Let us see if Ulfric is serious.
Oh, he's serious. But so am I.
Finally.
You there. I have a message for you to deliver to our friend, the esteemed Jarl of Windhelm. Deliver this axe to Ulfric Stormcloak.
Well, you could call me Toril Jensen. I know you know my name. Or at least call me the Dragonborn. An axe. Should I say anything to him?
Men who understand one another need not waste words. There are but a few simple truths behind one warrior giving another his axe. Ulfric will know my meaning.
Understood.
Good. Good. Proventus, bring me my pen and the good parchment.
Are we
Farewell,
writing
kinsman.
a letter, Lord?
Yes, to General Tullius. I need to make a few things clear before I accept these legionnaires of his.
So you're choosing a side, it seems. Good.
Yes.
My lord?
Hey there.
Despite what's going on, sounds like this may take a while for this business to be settled, or for it to even start if I'm going to bring an axe to Ulfric over in his home. So, I've heard there's trouble with your children.
Yes, my youngest son. He's a dark child.
Your youngest?
I don't know what to do with him. He was always a quiet lad, but lately, something has changed. He's become brooding, violent. He won't say a word to me, but I don't know how I upset him. If you could speak to him, draw out the truth, I would be immensely grateful.
Could there be some kind of influence upon him? Maybe. Oh, I've got to go to Windhelm and bring an axe now.
May I... my Jarl. Sorry to intrude. I'm just trying to get acquainted with what's going on around here. Who are the prominent families in Whiterun?
The Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymanes. The feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns has become dangerous of late. I've spent many hours in council meetings lately grappling with that problem.
Well, good luck with that, my Jarl. If there's something I do know, it's that family feuds can get very ugly.
They just went upstairs. Who could it be? Which is the youngest one? Hello.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword, so I practice with my fists.
Sounds like my brother when he was about 10. I don't think you're the youngest one. He said a boy, right?
Absurd that you can't cook good sweet rolls in the skeever hole of a city.
Must you push like that?
What are you even talking about? I was standing here, not even... Lucian, that part about you I don't miss. Must be this one, the quiet one. The girl's always shouting that she wants something. Well, every time I go to visit the Jarl. Very demanding little girl. Maybe we need some more space between us. Lucian.
Hello there.
Well, hello back. Let's talk about tactics.
Certainly.
Combat style?
But of course.
No, I want you to fight like a mage.
Right you are.
But I could use a little bit of room from you.
Right behind you.
Where's the boy? So we have another Elder Scroll to get, and I don't have any leads other than going north of the College of Winterhold. Where'd the boy go? Where'd he go? Downstairs? Well, this is... He walked into this room. This is the only way to go. What's he doing down here? Ah, I see him. You alright? Nelkia, right?
The only grown-ups who talk to me are the kind I don't want talking to me.
No, this isn't off to a good start. You know, your father said to speak to you.
So, the disgusting pig sent you to bother me.
You
One
called
day,
your...
I'll tear his face apart so he can leave me alone.
What's wrong with you, boy?
My father doesn't know anything about me. But I know about him, and about the war. More than he might think.
What sort of things?
I know that he still worships Talos. That he hates the Thalmor almost as much as the Stormcloaks do.
That sounds like
That
me.
he worries about being chased from Whiterun.
Ah.
That I don't have the same mother as my brother and sister.
Oh, really? That's not unheard of. I have the same thing, but probably under different circumstances. How do you know these things, though?
The castle is old. Lots of places nobody's been in a long while.
So what are you, a peeping
Places
Tom?
where you can overhear things, see things. And the Whispering Lady.
What are you talking about, the Whispering Lady? Is this some sort of ghost?
She won't tell me her name. I've gotten good at listening to keyholes. At the door in the basement, I hear her talking to me.
Really?
I thought I was caught, but she started telling me even more secrets. But I can't open the door.
Where's this door?
In the basement. Trust me, you'll see it. I bet she'll talk to you too. Alright then.
What is this? Necromancers? Some kind of magic? Maybe one of the, Daedra? Where does this door even lead to? I've heard that there's passages all underneath Dragon's Reach, the castle where we are. You said the basement? Is it here? Oh, this is going upstairs. Who sleeps down here, I wonder? Oh, this is where they serve, cook and serve food. Or no, cook food. Wow, there's too many people here. Miko. Ah, kinda regret getting Lucian. There's too many people. There's a door over here. What? Something is not right here. Listen.
At last. I've been waiting for someone more fit to carry out my will. The child is spirited but lacks agency.
Is there someone behind the door?
Regrettably, I cannot reach your plane so directly.
Plane?
But I forgive you for
Where are
not
you
knowing
coming from?
who I am. Few hear my whispers anymore. I am Mephala.
I know
the
that
Lady
name.
of Whisper. I
Daedra.
tug at the web of connections between mortals. Love, hatred, loyalty, betrayal. The boy was good at sussing out secrets. You, I expect to take a more active role.
I don't really want anything to do with the Daedric Prince, and I didn't think it would be this serious. But she's really influencing the boy. And if I just refuse to help her, she'll continue doing it. But if I could somehow do something about it, I need to get inside this room to see what it is. Obviously, she's not just behind the door. There's something... Maybe a Daedric artifact? If I can get in there, maybe I can get rid of it. What do you want me to do?
First, you must open this door. A piece of my power has been locked away behind it, and even my eyes cannot see past the seals.
You can't see.
I'd much rather it be in the hands of an ambitious and talented person. such as yourself.
How do I open the door?
The whole of Whiterun is ripe with paranoia and tensions. The Jarl's court is right to fear the power I hold behind this door. The Jarl trusts few, and they will be his undoing. The Dark Child knows of what I speak.
His son.
Let
Milken.
him guide your path.
Nelker. We need to,
Oh.
You know what? I don't
Sorry.
mind being stuck in a corner with you. Better than any of my other companions, by far. But I do need to get past you. Wish I had a teleport. Teleport to open space away from companions.
Sorry.
I don't know what to do here. The point is that I'm trying to help Nelker. I think I need to speak to the Jarl. My lord, I have something to report.
Hey.
You're not going to like this.
My Jarl. So I just wanted to
May
say
the gods
thanks
watch
for all
over
that
your
you're doing
battles,
over
friend.
here. I'm sure your people appreciate it.
Hmm?
Yes, okay. Well, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Serena. My lord,
Hey there!
your son has been talking to a Daedra behind a door in the basement.
What? Oh, no, this can't be happening. That thing's evil, I tell you.
You know
Maybe
about
you
it.
can put an end to this. Here is the key to the door. Please, you have to help me.
What should I expect behind the door?
An ancient blade. You know, cursed. It
Cursed
whispers. That can't be natural. I don't know about such things, but there must be more to it than that. Something just ain't right about that sword. Trust me. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's true.
Oh, excuse me, my lord. I'll investigate.
Thank you. And please, be careful. No telling what will happen the next time you mess with that door.
It sounds like somebody, or it looked like somebody was messing with it. It's all chopped up. Why is there blood? Dried blood all over it.
So, Inigo, I know this sounds like a random question, but hear me out.
Not
Do
that
you ever
purr. Not that
when you're
again.
happy?
No, I do not think so.
Well, why don't we see about that?
Maybe I should talk to Nelker first.
Kitty.
No.
Where's that
Come
little
on,
boy? He was
come
sitting
on.
right
Don't
here.
be shy.
Not funny, my friend.
These are the children's rooms. Alright, move please. I wonder where I'll find that book, The Mirror. Captain Aldous in Solitude wants it. Storage. This is not where I'd have my children sleep. They should be upstairs. I don't know where the boy ran off to. He's gone. Hey, we have to get this sword. Oh. This has to be someone's blood. Who's this? Shh. Nelker? Did you hear him?
Miko, here, boy.
Is he invisible? What happened here? Is this one of the, Sorry, I just need to see. Yes, I think it is one of the,
stupid dog?
the women that were working upstairs. Admonition against Ebony. Where's this sword? The statue of Mephala. She's supposed to like spiders and have more than 2 arms. I know that. This got to be it. What's this say? It's covered in blood. To anyone reading this, beware this blade. It is hoped that the only people having access to this room should be the Jarl of Whiterun and his trusted wizard. If anyone else is reading this, please understand the magnitude of your folly. Turn around and never even speak of this room or this blade to anyone. It has corrupted and perverted the desires of great men and women, yet its power is without equal. To kill while your victim smiles at you. Only a Daedra most foul could have concocted such a malevolent and twisted weapon, but it appears that all who wield it end up with the crazed eyes of those wild men who roam the hills chattering with rabbits. It is not to be trifled with. Not even the hottest fires of the Skyforge could melt it. Well, you've tried. Indeed, the coals themselves seemed to cool when it was placed within. We cannot destroy it, and we would not have it fall into the hands of our enemies, so we keep it hidden, dark, and deep within Dragon's Reach, never to be used. Woe be to any who choose to take it. I don't want it either. There's a note here. She whispers and I hear, she whispers and I act. The door is finally open, and so I do as she asks. Stealing the wizard's key was easy as pie. It's time I lure the servant here and seal the pact. Oh, Vilken, you're the one that, I mean, this is fresh, pretty fresh. He killed her. I hope there's a way of getting this boy back from her influence. Lucian, what is at your feet? I don't want this statue. But I don't know what to do. Where to go. I think I might need to speak to the Jarl. Was that blood always there? Was the blood always here? Weird. No, this blood was not here before. It's like time did a strange curve there. Did time freeze when I opened the door and he took the blade and ran off? My lord.
So, did you have any luck?
Your son got to the sword first. He's killed Fianna, one of the servants.
By the gods, you're serious?
Yes.
You must get to him. Go, quickly. But don't hurt him.
Where is he?
My son. And please, you can't tell anyone. It must remain a secret.
What? Why are you just sending me? Shouldn't you be sending everybody to look for him? I don't know where he is. This is a big place. He could be anywhere here. The only thing I can do is search this place. Oh. Alright, maybe follow the blood, actually. That would be a good start. He's been this way. Down into the dungeon. There's guards down here.
I must say, the security here is kind of open. Not really enforced, when that's the point of building a place like this, really.
Well, blood here. What's going on? Guards, where are you? Hey.
Looking to do some hunting? Avoid Brittleshin Pass to the southwest.
Avoid Brittleshin Pass. I've been through there.
They say the college has been snooping around Sarthor. Mages in a burial crypt? No good can come of that.
You have a key for the
green blooms again. All thanks to you.
Oh, you're welcome.
What is it? Dragons?
I need a key. But I can't tell them what for. Did you not see a boy with... Rats. A boy with a bloody blade? I take it he went in here. Did he go down in there? Quiet. What?
No.
I hear it. Where?
Please. I
Whispers guide your path, child.
There's a dead skeever over there. He must have been going on a rampage, killing everything. Except for the guards, of course.
He'll never find me here.
This boy is very disturbed. This almost reminds me of the rat. There you are. Reminds me of the ratway in Riften. Hey. Oh, what's going on with you? Killing skeevers is fine. Probably good practice for a young boy, but not killing people. Hey,
Huh?
Nelker. You need to give that blade up. Nelker?
You really shouldn't be in here. Leave now.
You killed that woman. Why?
Yeah, sure I did. And I'd do it again. She's going, please, have mercy. I beg you. So I like to have a little fun. So what?
This is very disturbing. The sword has really gotten to you. The sword is controlling you. This is not who you are.
I hear her talking to me. Please, just make it stop.
Alright, just give me the sword.
Yes, I don't feel right. I'm gonna lay down for a while.
Maybe you should. Thank you. Nelker, why don't you go back to your room? Ugh. I'll take the skeever tail. He's okay, I have the blade. But now the problem is, what do I do with it? I have a place to mount weapons at home, but I don't think I want to put this there. What if Lucia gets affected by it? Coin purse down here. We're gonna have to go tell the Jarl about his son down here.
How do you do, Thane?
Ah, yes, I almost forgot that I am the rank of Thane here.
Been too long.
This goes out. This is not the way I want to go. You wouldn't happen to have the shield here, would you? Or no, sorry, the mirror. I've read it. It's about the shields. Nope. Alright, needed everybody to get out of the way. Oh. Okay, there's not a door into the prison. I guess there is that way.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
So did I, but I guess the arrow was plucked out and I was able to adventure again. Marriage will takes your whole life to stop just thinking about yourself. Where did it come out? Where's my companions? Ooh, it's cold out. I'm late. I didn't think it was this late. We have to hurry. Hey, Miko.
What?
If I have to wake the Jarl up, this is a little important. He's still here. My lord.
Where's my son? Tell me.
Your son is safe. Send someone to pick him up in the tunnels below Dragonreach.
Oh, thank the gods. I can breathe more deeply now. Here, take this with my thanks.
I'm just glad I was able to persuade him. So, what will you do about the dead servant?
Unfortunate. I'll find someone to take care of it. RK helps us find peace with death.
Will Nelkor be punished for what you did?
What? No. It's hard to recover from something like that. He needs time to mend. That's it.
Well, you can rest easy. It's all over now. I'll take care of the sword.
Let's pledge never to speak of this again, all right? Good. Now, my mind weighs heavy enough. Farewell.
What do I do with the sword? Everybody's with me. Swim to where those, where they were diving down to that ship on the northern coast and drop it off there. I don't want you. If I just drop it here, somebody's going to take it and start killing people. Ooh. Ebony Dagger of Damnation. That sounds pretty ominous. His war axe. Am I not to drop that off? Balgruuf's war axe. I can't sell that. I've got to take it to Ulfric. Where is it? Ebony Blade. It's an enchantment. It absorbs the life essence of your foes. Strengthened by the blood of deceit. Not even sure what that really means. I don't want to wield this thing, and I don't use great swords. My brother's a sword and shield type. I'm a dual wielding type. Well, at least we saved Nelkor. I have to go back to,
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
Hold on, I need to look at my map. We've got things to do. Return to Riften for nothing really important. We also have to go to Windhelm, obviously, for a few things. And Solitude, there's a lot of work up there. But I do know, I think one of the most important things to do is to go... No, where was it? I'll have to look in my journal. Here it is. I've learned that Septimus Cygnus, a preeminent scholar of the Elder Scrolls, is currently living in the far north amongst the floating ice fields in the Sea of Ghosts, studying a dwarven artifact. You might know where I can find an Elder Scroll. Septimus Cygnus. Well, that's to north of Winterhold. College of Winterhold. Not really much in Winterhold. Lots to go. He might give answers there, but I don't know how many Elder Scrolls are in Skyrim. Because, I've got one that says... Where is it? Of course I can't find it when I'm looking for it. Hold on. Here it is. So I've got to find the Elder Scroll, the dragon one. But I don't know if it's the same. Maybe it is. It's got to be the same. How many Elder Scrolls can be here? In order to locate Orio's bow, the moth priest, Dexion, indicated that 2 other Elder Scrolls would be required. Dexion is the one that's in Fort Dawnguard. The first scroll foretells the interactions of the dragons with the history of Nirn. The second foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals, which we have. Interactions of the dragons with the history of Nirn. Alright, so considering I have this ebony blade, I don't want it to start influencing me. The only thing I can think of is to give it to a vigilant of Stendarr. I don't know of any... Their place was destroyed by the... I was going to say werewolves. No, the vampires. Or was that? Hall of the Vigilant was burnt down. I do know that there are some Vigilants of Stendarr. You can find them on the road, but I know they have a place down here. Riften? Is it here? Stendarr's Beacon, there's some there. I know that they're there for sure. So maybe... Maybe we should run to Riverwood to speak with Delphine and take the path east to Averstead and take a boat to Riften And then go to Stendar's Beacon. After that, well, we'll do everything we need to do in Riften, then go north to deliver the axe to the Windhelm. There's another thing I need to do there too. And then go north to the College of Winterhold. It's the only thing I can think of. Then after that, at some point we have to return to Solitude, because there's a lot of things I've written down to do there. There's even some things down at Falkreath I still have to do. And of course Markarth, which I have never been to in my life. I don't even know what to do about that. Alright, well, it's late. Let's get some rest. Hopefully the sword won't trouble me during the night, but I will keep it, but not wield it. Ah, now it makes sense. Letter from Tara Bloodfire. So I did read this before, and this is what I wrote down in my journal, that I'm going to go to the docks to give help out one of the beggars. So, reading it again, she wrote, Toril Jensen, my name is Tara Bloodfire. Like Satil the Wet Ear before me, I am an orphan child of Balmora. Many years ago I took a band of misfits and rogues and turned them into the Crimson Dirks, those pirates, or bandits. In our heyday, they called us thieves, bandits, apostates, and killers. And they were right. We were all of those things. But so is the Jarl who taxes the poor to starvation, the soldiers who rape and pillage the towns, the Empire who would erase our gods, and the guardsmen who would behead the innocent. I know your story. If there's going to be a judge for me, I don't want it to be them. Not the Empire, not the East Empire Company, and not the guards. Just you and the Divines. But first I want you to prove you're a worthy judge. Go to the docks in Windhelm. There you'll meet a beggar in need of your aid. Some would offer him gold, others bread or wine. Offer him the alms you think will best serve him. Once you have proved your measure and your mercy, you must then show your mettle. I will wait for you at the Talos Shrine west of Windhelm. When at last we meet, I ask that you speak only with your blade, for while the tongue lies, the sword is true. Tara. I left her body there. I didn't loot her. But that was the point. I have to retrieve her armor. But before we get going out of Whiterun, because I know I'm sitting with my backpack on, but unless I want to dump everything back on the bed or something, this is just easier. No, I've had this book before. I don't think I've read it. I did skim the beginning, though. It seems to be over in High Rock from over 200 years ago. The Mystery of Princess Talera, Part 1 by Mira Lykith. The year was Third Era 405. Ooh, that would be 234 years ago, considering the last year of this Third Era was 238. Or was it... Do I have it wrong? Was it 243? It might be 243. Oh, anyways, over 200 years ago. The occasion was the millennial celebration of the founding of the Breton Kingdom of Camlorn. Every grand boulevard and narrow alley was strung with gold and purple banners, some plain, some marked with the heraldic symbols of the royal family or the various principalities and dukedoms which were vassals of the king. I heard back in the Third Era that there's so many kingdoms in High Rock that it was always changing. Dozens, perhaps 100 at a time. Musicians played in the plazas, great and small, and on every street corner was a new exotic entertainer. Redguards, snake charmers, Khajiiti acrobats, magicians of genuine power, and those whose flamboyant skill was equally impressive, if largely illusion. A sight that drew most of the male citizens of Camlorn was the March of Beauty. 1,000 comely young women, brightly and provocatively dressed, danced their way down the long, wide main street of the city, from the temple of the Sethiat to the royal palace. Oh, that's something I wouldn't miss either. The menfolk jostled one another and craned their necks, picking their favorites. It was no secret that they were all prostitutes. And after the march and the flower festival that evening, they would be available for more intimate business. How do you say this name? Gina? How about Gina? Attracted much of the attention with her tall, curvaceous figure barely covered by strips of silk and her curls of flaxen hair specked with flower petals. I almost feel like cheering right now. In her late 20s, she wasn't the youngest of the prostitutes, but she was certainly one of the most desirable. It was clear by her demeanor that she was used to the lasciviousness glances. I'm reading that. Lascivious? Ugh, some words I just cannot pronounce right. Forget it, you know. Glances from men who want to have sex with you. Though she was far from jaded at the sight of the city in splendor, compared to the squalid quarter of Daggerfall where she made her home, Camlorn, at the height of celebration, seems so unreal. I don't even know where that is. I just know it's in High Rock. And yet, what was even stranger was how, at the same time, familiar it all looked, though she had never been there before. The king's daughter, Lady Gilia, rode out of the palace gates and immediately cursed her misfortune. As they changed, focusing on somebody else now. She had completely forgotten about the March of Beauty. The streets were snarled at a standstill. It would take hours to wait for the march to pass, and she had promised her old nurse, Ramke, a visit in her house south of the city. Gilia thought for a moment, picturing in her mind the arrangement of streets in the city, and devised a shortcut to avoid the main street and the march. For a few minutes she felt very clever as she wound her way through tight, curving side streets, but presently she came upon temporary structures, tents and theaters set up for the celebration, and had to improvise a new path. In no time at all, she was lost in the city where she had lived all but 5 years of her life. Peering down an alley, she saw the main avenue crowded with the March of Beauty. Hoping that it was the tail end, and desirous not to be lost again, Lady Gillett guided her horse toward the festival. She did not see the snake charmer at the mouth of the alley, and when his pet hissed and spread its hood, her charge reared up in fear. The woman in the parade gasped and surged back at the sight, but Lady Gilia quickly calmed her stallion down. She looked abashed at the spectacle she had caused. "My apologies, ladies," she said with a mock military salute. "It's all right, madam," said a blonde in silk. "We'll be out of your way in a moment." Gilia stared as the march passed her. Looking at that horror had been like looking in a mirror. The same age and height and hair and eyes and figure, almost exactly. The woman looked back at her, and it seemed as if she was thinking the same thing. And so, Jaina was... whatever. The old witches who sometimes came into Daggerfall had sometimes spoke of doppelgangers, spirits that assumed the guise of their victims and portended certain death, yet the experience had not frightened her. It seemed only one more strangely familiar aspect of the alien city. Before the march had danced its way into the palace gates, she had all but forgotten the encounter. The prostitutes crushed into the courtyard as the king himself came to the balcony to greet them. At his side was his chief bodyguard, a battle mage by the look of him. As for the king himself, he was a handsome man of middle age, rather unremarkable, but Jaina was awed at the sight of him. Excuse me. A dream, perhaps. Yes, that was it. She could see him as she had dreamt of him, high above her as he was now, bending now to kiss her. Not one of lust as she had experienced before, but one of small fondness, a dutiful kiss. "Dear ladies, you have filled the streets of the great capital of Camlorn with your beauty," cried the king, forcing a silence on the giggling, murmuring assembly. He smiled proudly. His eyes met Jaina's, and he stopped, shaken. For an eternity, they stayed locked together before his highness recovered and continued his speech. Afterwards, while the women were all en route back to their tents to change into their costumes for the evening, one of the older prostitutes approached Jaina. "Did you see how the king looked at you? If you're smart, you'll be the new royal mistress before this celebration ends." "I've seen looks of hunger before, and that wasn't one of them," laughed Jaina. "I'd wager he thought I was someone else, like that lady who tried to run us over with her horse. She's probably his kin, and he thought she had dressed up like a courtesan and joined the March of Beauty. Can you imagine the scandal?" When they arrived at the tents, they were greeted by a stocky, well-dressed young man with a bald pate and a commanding presence of authority. He introduced himself as Lord Strail, ambassador to the Emperor himself, and their chief patron. It was Strail who had hired them on the Emperor's behalf as a gift to the king and the kingdom of Camlorn. He hired them? Okay. "The March of Beauty is but a precursor to the Flower Festival tonight," he said. Unlike the king, he did not have to yell to be heard. His voice was loud and precise in its natural modulations. "I expect each of you to perform well and justify the significant expense I've suffered bringing you all the way up here. Now hurry. You must be dressed and in position on Cavalstier Rock before the sun goes down." The ambassador needn't have worried. The women were all professionals, experts at getting dressed and undressed, with none of the time-consuming measures less promiscuous females required. His manservant, Norbuth, offered his assistance but found he had little to do. Their costumes were simplicity itself, soft, narrow sheets with a hole for their heads. Not even a belt was required. So the gowns were open at the sides, exposing the frame of their skin. So it was long before the sun had set that the prostitutes turned dancers were at Calvester Rock. It was a great wide promontory facing the sea, and for the occasion of the Festival of Flowers, a large circle of unlit torches and covered baskets had been arranged. As early as they were, a crowd of spectators had arrived already. The women gathered in the center of the circle and waited until it was time. Jaina watched the crowd as it grew, and was not surprised when she saw the lady from the march approaching, hand in hand with a very old, very short, white-haired woman. The old woman was distracted, pointing out islands at the sea. The blonde lady seemed nervous, unsure of what to say. Jaina was used to dealing with uneasy clients and spoke first. "Good to see you again, madam. I am Jaina of Daggerfall. I'm glad you bear me no ill will because of the horse. The lady laughed, somewhat relieved. I am Lady Gilia Rays? That looks like a 3. Anyways, I'm going to assume it says a Z. Gilia Rays, daughter of the king. I always thought that daughters of kings were called princesses, smiled Jaina. In Camlorn, only when they are heirs to the throne. I have a younger brother from my father's new wife, whom he favors, Gilia replied. She felt her head swim. It was madness speaking to a common prostitute, talking of family politics so intimately. Relative to that subject, I must ask you something very peculiar. Have you ever heard of the Princess Talara? Jaina thought a moment. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Why would I have? I don't know, it was a name I just thought you might recognize, sighed Lady Gilia. Have you been to Camlorn before? If I did, it was when I was very young, said Jaina, and suddenly she felt it was her turn to be trusting. Something about the Lady Gilia's friendly and forthcoming manner touched her. To be honest, I don't remember anything at all of my childhood before I was 9 or 10. Perhaps I was here with my parents, whoever they were, when I was a little girl. I tell you, I think perhaps I was. I don't recall ever being here before, but everything I've seen, the city, you, the king himself, all seem like I've been here before, long ago. Lady Gilia gasped and took a step back. She gripped the old woman who had been looking out to sea and murmuring by the hand. The elderly creature looked to Gilia, surprised, and then turned to Jaina. Her ancient half-blind eyes sparkled with recognition, and she made a sound like a grunt of surprise. Jaina also jumped. If the king had seemed like something out of a half-forgotten dream, this woman was someone she knew, as clear and yet indistinct as a guardian spirit. I apologize, stammered Lady Gilia. This is my childhood nursemaid, Ramki. It's her, the old woman cried, wild-eyed. She tried to run forward, arms outstretched, but Gilia held her back. Jaina felt strangely naked and pulled her robe against her body. No, you're wrong, Lady Gilia whispered to Ramki, holding the old woman tightly. The Princess Talara is dead. You know that. I shouldn't have brought you here. I'll take you back home. She turned back to Jaina, her eyes welling with tears. The entire royal family of Camlorn was assassinated over 20 years ago. My father was Duke of Oloin, the king's brother, and so he inherited the crown. I'm sorry to have bothered you. Good night. Jaina gazed after Lady Gilia and the old nurse as they disappeared into the crowd, but she had little time to consider all she had heard. The sun was setting, and it was time for the flower festival. 12 young men emerged from the darkness, wearing only loincloths and masks, and lit the torches. The moment the fire blazed, Jaina and all the rest of the dancers rushed to the baskets, pulling out blossoms and vines by the handful. At first, the women danced with one another, sprinkling petals to the wind. The crowd then joined in as the music swelled. It was a mad, beautiful chaos. Jaina leapt and swooned like a wild forest nymph. Then, without warning, she felt rough hands grip her from behind and push her. She was falling before she understood it. The moment the realization hit, she was closer to the bottom of the 100-foot-tall cliff than she was to the top. She flailed out her arms and grasped at the cliff wall. Her fingers raked against a stone and her flesh tore, but she found a grip and held it. For a moment she stayed there, breathing hard. Then she began to scream. The music and the festival were too loud up above. No one could hear her. She could scarcely hear herself. Below her, the surf crashed. Every bone in her body would snap if she fell. She closed her eyes and a vision came. A man was standing below her, a king of great wisdom, great compassion, looking up, smiling. A little girl, golden-haired, mischievous, her best friend and cousin clung to the rock beside her. The secret to falling is making your body go limp, and with luck, you won't get hurt, the girl said. She nodded, remembering who she was. 8 years of darkness lifted. She released her grip and let herself fall like a leaf into the water below. Oh, that's the end of the book. However, I do have the second part, Mystery of Thalmor 2, and I hope it doesn't end like this first one. I don't know if there's a third book. Well, I'll read it at another time. Actually, I want to know what happened to Jaina. She must have survived, because they wrote another book. So I really do think that she is the cousin of Gilia, Lady Gilia, and she was the daughter of the king that was assassinated. If the story's true, but as it's written, it's interesting enough. Alright, let us head south to Riverwood. What's this? What's even happening? What is this? A thief? Oh, rich thief. You don't usually see this much on them. Potion of extended invisibility. Gold. You don't usually see that. I didn't even know this was here. Oh, there's a shadow mark here. Pointing this way. I guess there's a bridge over it.
Light out here.
Whose dog is this?
Have you heard?
The bridge here for a reason.
Go find Delphine.
Yes, let us. The rain started as soon as we left Whiterun. Yes. Oh wait, this is the Riverwood trader. Actually, I could go in here. I've got some jewelry to sell. Did I walk right past the sleeping giant? And I think I did. Hello again, Camilla. I don't see how she signal. She's a very beautiful.
Thank you.
Not
so
as beautiful
much
as
for
my
taking care of those
Amelia,
thieves.
but
The Riverwood trader is back to the way it used to be. Ah, good to see you.
hello. Okay, what have you got for sale? Please don't call my dog
Some may
stupid.
call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
All right, let's see what we can sell.
They're weighing me down.
Oh, wait. Yes. Well, thanks for mentioning that. I was wondering why my pack was so heavy. I forgot about the dragon skills. I'll have to load them up on
You
Princess.
and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
Hello.
You don't want to be bothering me.
I guess
Get
not.
out.
I sided with the Nord over this Bosmer. Serena, I've got something for you.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm always happy to see you. I'd like to give you this gift.
Thank you. So, what do you have for me?
What do I have? You can have my necklace of extreme stamina. Although you may want something that's a little more tailored to be a mage, considering you tend to use magic to do all your fighting.
You sure know how to impress me.
You know? The sleeping giant in. You know, wheelchairs are meant for sitting in them properly. That looks extremely uncomfortable. There's Sven. I should probably say hi
Come
to
on
him.
in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
I don't
Sven.
think you will follow. Come on, I have a plan.
When did you get here?
Barkeep, I'd like a drink.
Of course.
Thanks.
Delphine?
Not here, downstairs.
Alright, well, let's go. Well, to anyone here, it does look a little odd if we all just run right into a room. Let's just go downstairs.
Get you into the Thalmor Embassy.
You did figure it out? You're not coming?
That would be a bad idea. I'd be too likely to attract the wrong kind of attention. But they don't know you at all yet.
So what's your plan? How do I infiltrate the Thalmor Embassy?
The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files.
Oh.
I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him.
Okay.
I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it?
Oh.
While you're doing
okay.
that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions?
So, who is this contact of yours? You're sure I can trust him?
Don't worry about Malborn. He's not a dangerous character like you. But he hates the Thalmor at least as much as I do. He's a wood elf. The Thalmor wiped out his family back in Valenwood during one of their purges that we never hear about. Luckily, they don't know who he really is, or he wouldn't be serving drinks at the ambassador's parties.
My father died fighting them, so, in the war. So how am I going to get into this party?
Let me handle that. You'll have a real invitation, don't worry. As long as you can act the part of a Thalmor toady, you'll get past the guards.
Act the part of a Thalmor toady? Ugh. Ugh. I guess so. As long as I get to hurt them in the end. Once I'm inside the embassy, then what?
That's when the fun starts. You'll have to slip away from the party without raising the alarm. Then you'll need to find Elenwen's office and search her files. Malborn should be able to point you in the right direction.
I wonder if I couldn't use potions of invisibility. I have 2 on me. I'll see you in Solitude after I meet Malborn.
Sounds good. Be careful.
Well, that's not for a little while. It gives us time to do other things. Alright, we'll see you again, Delphine. Take care.
So.
Gods go with you. Huh? What were you saying?
Looks like we're going to a party. And what makes it more interesting is that there's going to be a little heist or thievery work while we're there. Ooh, spicy. It's kind of like in some of the stories I used to read. Classic espionage.
Oh, I'm so glad you're with me. Inigo can pull off the sneaking around part, but I don't think he could pull off the blending in part. You and I could do it. But, you know, you seem rather lighthearted about this.
And you aren't? It's a party. A Thalmor one. But they'd still have the finest wine. And the most exquisite food. A good break from what we've been eating recently. I also think you probably know this by now. But I'm not all gloom and dreary.
No,
I do have interests. And 2 of them just happen to be high-end parties and alcohol.
Alcoholic?
Oh, and you're a saint? Come on now. I enjoy the pleasantries of life. Nothing wrong about that.
I'm really starting to like her. The more I get to know her, if she was a serious brooding type all the time, then no. She actually is a very likable, if not lovable woman. Very beautiful, too. Well, it's just in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Sven, I know you've been writing letters to me. Interested in doing some sparring.
How can I argue with that?
I'd like you to be the first combatant.
Of course.
Careful.
Alright, well, I don't want everybody else. Just attack me.
How are you today?
Good. What are you going to...
Until next time.
You gonna strike? Go ahead, Sven. I'm waiting. Come on. Look, blocking. No? Are you too afraid? Yes, I know I'm the Dragonborn. A lot of people are scared of me. That's okay, Sven. Another time.
Good to see you again. Sure. What can I do for you?
Please stop writing me
I'd better
letters.
get going.
You sent me 3. Balamund.
Come to see Balamund perform miracles with steel, eh?
I found the fire salts for your forge.
Amazing. These must have been very hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
You've saved my business and warmed an old smith's heart. For that, I thank you.
Oh, thanks for the gold. Right then.
Be seeing you.
Gods go with you. We need to find a place to sleep. I'm not supposed to even be here in Riften. I don't know where to go.
Riften. City of 1,000 suspicious smells. Perhaps I'll write a book about it one day. From a distance, that is.
I'm not sure where we can go. We do have to go to the Stendar. Maybe we should just leave. Go south on horse. And go to the Stendar, where is it called? Stendar's Beacon. It's not that far from here. And we'll just camp out. I'm not sure if I should go to Fort Dawnguard. You know, the scroll's safe with me. And he can't, Harkon can't cast whatever spell he wants to stop Magnus, as long as Serana's with me. So long as she is. But I think that's what we should do. We need to get rid of the sword. I don't want to carry it with me any longer than I have to. This is not good. We just killed I killed a vampire and scared off 2 others. This is at Stendar's Beacon. Is that her still up there? Stendar, please grant me protection against the undead. You're still here. How are you alive?
Make it quick.
Could you cure me?
Stendar's light purify you of your ills.
And that's it?
The vigil will be watching you.
You won't take the sword? It's just a bit of an odd one. Well, there goes that idea. The Dawnguard's only interested in vampires and won't care about Daedric's sword. And I don't want to leave it with them. Last thing I want is for them to start chopping each other up. Well, yeah, okay, maybe my shout killed them. They flew away really. One went way off down there. I don't think it's alive anymore. What do I do with the sword? It's not like they have your local outpost of the Vigilant of Stendar. Or usually I find them traveling on the road, but not always. Alright, well, the sword hasn't been a problem with me. I'm just going to act like it's not an issue. We will keep going. Go back to Riften and catch a carriage to Windhelm. Maybe we'll sleep there. But that's the best I can do, I guess. So we spent the night. Oof. I love you, princess, but yeah, not that kind of love. Kissing face to face. We're gonna go into a side door in Riften. We have several things to do here during the day. I don't really care if they think they spot me. What are they going to do, attack me? They'll probably just inform their idiot in charge.
Hey there. I have a little something for you.
You do? What are these guards up to? Why do you look like you're coming to attack? Hey.
Fancy yourself an alchemist, hmm? Never could get the hang of that.
These people
Oh,
seem
Dawnguard.
nervous. which makes me nervous.
Oh, they do seem nervous. Oh, what's with the guards here? The Dawn Guard has entered the place. Alright, so I have a bunch of things here. Let's remove the marker. Yeah, we spent the night at Stendarr's Beacon. It was safe after we cured it of the vampires that were there. And I have about 3 or 4 things I need to do here. Is the market even open? What time is it? It should be open. Where's everybody? A little slow to get there, huh? Well, there's vampires everywhere, so... But if they see a group... What's going on? What's happening? We got a vampire in here? What?
I can take you.
Another victory.
Was she a vampire? Oh, she was. Vampire dust. A human? No, she was still human. Resist magic. I can take these and enchant them for practice. Wine. Alright, boys, your job is done. I need to find a vigilant of Stendarr. You wouldn't happen to be one, would you?
Need something?
Cold.
Yes, Sarah?
Did you just steal something? I don't really care. Why? Alright. Maybe they just start the marketplace late. I need to go...
And what might you need?
If I could see it. Is it... Where is it? Over here. The Jarl's castle. Fort. I don't know what they call it. Oh, I think it's called Mistveil Keep. We have all of Wylendria's stuff. I've got to buy Honeyside for the Blackbriar, Maven Blackbriar. Ooh,
well,
this is nice.
This castle
Warm.
definitely looks better than the one back on the island. That's for sure.
Oh, please don't shove me towards a fire, Miko. Yes, this place is definitely Wylendria.
Did we have an appointment? No. It was a delivery? I can't remember.
Kind of a delivery. I have all your items for you. Just don't lose them again.
Items? What items?
Yeah.
Let me see those.
If you don't remember your lost items.
I'm not sure how you managed it, but these are exactly what I need to start my next set of experiments. Wonderful. Well, at least allow me to reward you for your uncanny foresight.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
I've sold things to you before. Well, I don't need any, I don't need any spells, I just need to sell some things. So let's get that over with.
Okay. Now where did I put those spiders?
How did you become the court wizard? How are you keeping the job?
I have no desire to be a meal for anyone. Not even you.
Ugh.
Miko.
I thought we went over this.
Welcome to
hello
Mistveil
again.
Keep. As Riften's steward, I'm afraid I can provide only limited assistance.
You have very
Speak your
large
mind.
blue eyes.
Hmm.
I guess I could purchase a house in the city. Just wait till things calm down with the Thieves Guild, though. Well, I guess is that what Honeyside is? Oh well, let's just buy it. I'd like
Splendid.
to buy the house.
There's a house available right now.
You're listening. No offense. Just being you.
I'll take it.
Wonderful. Here is the key to your new home.
I could decorate
I'll be
it.
glad to help you. There are many ways to improve your home, provided you have the coin.
Oh, I've got the coin,
And
yes.
of course, don't forget to consult your home decorating guide for descriptions of the decorations you can buy. Now, what would you like to purchase?
Bedroom furnishings, for one.
Very well. I'll make the arrangements.
Okay.
The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Oh, garden would be nice.
Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place.
What about
Is
a
there anything else you'd like
kitchen?
to purchase?
Kitchen furnishings?
Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. Is there anything else you'd like to
Well,
purchase?
if it's got a garden, perhaps we should get an alchemy laboratory.
Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Is there anything I can get? What about a porch?
Very well. I'll make the arrangements. The next time you visit your house, your new furnishings will be in place. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
I think that's it. I mean, I can't... Can I have an enchanting laboratory and a children's bedroom? Probably not. That's it for now.
As you wish. Speak to me again if you decide to purchase some decorations for your home.
I don't plan to bring Lucia here.
You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws.
I know the next step would become a Thane here in Riften. I don't
love your
want...
style. You're looking good today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. No. Let's not become a Jarl. Sorry, a Jarl. A Thane right now. We'll save that for later. Right now there's two people, Branche and Grauka. I need to go speak to at the marketplace and they weren't there. Unless the guards have rounded up everybody and thrown them in jail. Which, what is the day off? What is today? 9th of Evening Star. Where's everybody? Balamon's working. What's going on in this town? Oh, is that Shadra? I think we've, probably should come back another time. Let's go get our horse and, I don't think I have anything to sell. I might. Don't think so. I guess it's time to get out of here. Maybe the Thieves Guild has influenced something. I don't know. Keeping everyone away from the marketplace. How strange. I have no answer for what's happening. But it would be nice to get rid of these two things in my journal. So, anyways, next stop. We go north. Not mark anything. We're gonna go up to the place where I killed that woman, then into Windhelm to deliver the axe to the what's his face? I wouldn't say he's my nemesis. Leader of the Stormcloaks. Ugh. Head is cloudy. Too much to drink last night before we went to sleep. So we're at Windhelm. I actually killed a dragon on the way here. We were attacked by bandits and then a dragon came in. It wasn't a very epic battle, but still fun for me. It seems like the dragons are really coming after me lately. Ever since I got out of the soul cairn. It's like one every day. You're not a vigilant, are you? Oh.
Need something?
Who are you?
Good afternoon.
There was another dragon that we heard in the air, but we couldn't see it. It sounded like it was flying. Where was the corpse? That woman might have scavenged everything here. There it is. Don't see why I need her. 2 ebony swords? It's all worth a lot. Now I'm overburdened. Miko, you should be wearing something like a backpack. Maybe I can load you up with stuff. We got to sell these things. In you go.
Uh-huh.
Looking at you, Inigo. Need to trade some
I
things.
hope this will be a mutually beneficial exchange.
Not really. But such is the life of an adventurer. Please take this ebony plate. Shouldn't be wearing it. You wear light armor. Come on. Maybe that is better than his hood, but I'm not sneaky with it. Actually, Princess, you should have just stayed right there. Let's ride. We have to go and visit Ulfric Stormcloak. And he's right in here. Very well fortified walls. Much more so than pretty much any other town. But maybe maybe it's always been like this because these walls look old. I think that they fixed up the, added more to the fortifications, though. Take after my horse, will ya? Look after my horse.
Horses. All day.
Yeah, I think they added to this part.
I don't know if I've mentioned, but I really don't like it here.
Now, these are the ancient walls here. It's an old place, thousands of years old. Alright, Ulfric. Guess it's time to pay you a visit. I've never met him. Oh wait, that's not true. We did when they were going to hang us. And when we were trying to escape from the dragon. I don't think I even spoke to him, though. Don't know if he'll even remember me. I think the palace is this way. I've never been here.
Ever since that Imperial Craven ran me through from behind, I've had trouble breathing.
For a dragon to attack Kyne's grave. Why? Why there? There's no place safe.
Chickens running around.
I've never known a less friendly city than Windhelm. Let's not stay.
Palace of the Kings. Hello?
Fancy yourself an alchemist, huh? Never could get the hang of that.
You know that just by looking at me, huh? I think that says more about me than it does. Sorry, more about you than it does about me.
I had expected Ysgramor's city to be bigger.
I don't know what to expect inside here. Where is Ulfric? Are you the steward? I heard voices over here. Oh, that's Ulfric right there. Well, they didn't design, the Stormcloaks didn't design the city. Interesting painting. I kind of like this one.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
Alright. The war map.
Make it quick. I'm a busy man.
No, he does not remember me.
Fight.
Do you remember this face?
Or die well.
Maybe not.
Next Imperial
Ulfric
is dead.
I brought a message from the Jarl of Whiterun.
Is that so? I've been wondering when he'd come around. Oh. What's this?
I haven't read it.
You're quite brave to carry such a message. It's a pity you've chosen the wrong side. You can return this axe to the man who sent it, and tell him he should prepare to entertain visitors. I expect a great deal of excitement in the city of Whiterun in the near future.
I have to ask, Ulfric. You've killed the High King. Why make war on your own people?
I have shown the people that when our Jarls drink the Empire's milk, it makes us weak. I must now show them the path that will lead us back to our strength. There is no progress without sacrifice, no wheat without threshing the chaff. The Empire and the Jarls who back them must be swept away. The people demand it. I demand it.
We'll be seeing you soon.
Sooner than you think.
I've spent my life serving Talos.
Remember
Don't
me.
plan to stop now, no matter what the Empire says.
Inigo. I didn't even recognize you. No, that won't do. Ah, no. The would-be king sits on his throne. You must be his steward.
What could it mean? The return of the Dragonborn? And who among us could possibly hold that honor? And such... You couldn't possibly be the Dragonborn of legend, could you?
Yes, I am. I've heard about these murders.
These are difficult times indeed, when men stalk their brethren like beasts. My men are stretched thin as it is. If you offer your aid, I gladly accept. The guards will be told to assist you as necessary. I'm happy to lend a hand as much as I can as well.
I don't know. Maybe another time.
Any luck finding the butcher?
No. What can you tell me about Windhelm?
Grew up here. Cold as at Mora, but that just grows the beard thicker. Lot of history in these walls. We're trying to make some more. It's a lucky time to be alive.
It's colder up in Winterholm. What do you do for the Jarl?
For Ulfric? Well, nothing official. Known him for years. He seems to value my thoughts, and I'm grateful for that. I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he likes having an untrained opinion from time to time. Travel safely. It's dangerous out there.
All right. Gods go with you.
Surely, I want you to send a messenger to our western camps.
And the message, sir?
I'm diverting Garn Hadring's men to join him.
Is that wise, sir?
It will work if we can pull around some men from the south.
Oh, I'd really like this one.
Of course. Something that seems to be...
She's wrapped her head, hair around his neck and pulling him into a kiss.
Just send the message.
How gallant. Oh, and Ulfric. You're not the only one that can shout. Oh, and Ulfric. You're not the only one that can shout. Yeah, that's my message to you. Alright, considering it's a murder, I think maybe I should take a look into this before we go. How hard could it be? So we're going to go north from here. I have to look at my journal. Yes, we're supposed to go north of the College of Winterhold. There's somebody out there that knows where an Elder Scroll could be. But since we're here, the murders kind of take precedence. Let's see. That. Candlehearth Hall. Isn't that the inn? Maybe not. Well, the inn's over here. How strange. Oh, right. The murder, yes, the body was down here, if I remember right. You want me to investigate? I guess they don't have that many guards since they're fighting a war. Stretched thin. Below.
As if Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders. Now we've got mercenaries from Hammerfell strutting about.
Jarl has granted me permission to aid in the investigation.
All right, then. I noticed a trail of blood leading away from here. Helgerd's taken the body into the Hall of the Dead to prepare for burial. She's a little crazy, but if she knows anything, it's dead bodies.
You let the blood dry and haven't washed it up, huh? Okay, well, we'll go talk to, what's her name? Jorleaf? What's it over there? Well, I thought we
like it here.
took a look. Would you guys stop complaining? We're not going to move in, okay? Yes, yes, yes. I don't like Windhelm either. But the trail of blood goes this way. They've already put it in a grave? Or maybe she was murdered here. The victim was a woman, right? I remember that. Oh no, the blood goes this way. It keeps going. So, let's go speak to, this is the priest of Archay.
Let's not hang around here for too long.
Thought you'd be used to this kind of place.
Saddens me to be in places like this.
Do you know what we went through with your castle? Oh, all the bodies that were being dropped down, the skeletons by the hundreds, if not thousands. This is nothing. Are you the person, are you...
Large diagonal cut from left shoulder.
Oh. Her legs and her stomach. Arms. Yeah.
Large diagonal
Yes, I see
cut
that.
from left shoulder.
Have you noticed anything strange about the body?
Well, she's dead. But I guess that's not unusual, at least not for somebody in here.
Everybody dies.
I mean, someone who's not me, that is. Sorry. Was only joking with you.
Alright. It's alright, but have you found anything?
Not really. The only unusual thing is the shape of the cuts. They look like they were made with... Well, the ancient Nords used these kinds of curved blades when they embalmed their dead. I don't know who in Windhelm would even have something like that. Other than me, of course.
Maybe a necromancer. Did you have anything to do with this?
I'm too busy tending to the dead to spend my time making more of them. And I wouldn't very well tell you about the cuts if I had made them, now would I? Now, I really got to get back to the body. Lot of work to prepare her for the grave.
Well, that's all you had to say. They used a curved blade. How would you even know the difference between a straight one and a curved one? I think this is okay.
Large diagonal
So
cut
did she
from
just
left
bleed out to
shoulder.
death? Because I don't... Oh, the one on the stomach. She wouldn't last very long. Nothing around the neck. Heart. It's awful.
Large diagonal cut
Alright.
from left shoulder.
Oh. Oh, that's the way out. Hello.
I lost my twin sister a while back. Have you ever lost anyone close?
Oh, yes.
My father says we need to just get on with our lives. Like it's that easy.
No, it's not. I'm still recovering. Lost my aunt, my uncle, my wife, and my daughter. Although I pray to the nine that my daughter is not dead.
The city of kings.
We're gonna have to do something about this, Inigo. This is annoying.
What do you need?
I wonder how Windhelm looked back in my time.
How Windhelm looked back in your day? Probably not much. Well, the insides, things that they can change around, like buildings on the inside, would have been changed, but the walls would have been the same. I think this place has been around for who knows how long.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
Yeah, you better be careful. I can talk you into giving you all my gold for nothing.
All right then.
Oh, watch out. Everywhere I go, there's somebody.
You should unload some of that unwanted gear. Head over to Sadri's used wares. Talk to the elf.
Ugh, you're a vampire if I
Need
ever saw one. Look at your skin. Oh, maybe she's a dark elf. I don't know.
I own Hollyfrost Farm outside the city. It's honest work, if a bit dull.
Alright, let's see where this blood takes me. Keeps keeps going this way.
Cornelius was something of a hoarder himself, you know. Always wished he could carry more. Remind you of anyone?
Alright, enough with what I'm carrying. Let's see. I'm carrying a lot, but not that much. Ooh, goes right up to the door of this place. We need to get inside. It's a difficult lock. Is there a back door? Oh, so like this place hasn't been used in ages. What is in there? Looks like they're storing equipment. Alright, right.
Sorry.
Mailbox, nothing in there. Well, let's look. Looks like no one's lived in here for a long time. And what's with the mist? It's rather creepy. No guards. Let's open this up then. Weak. I used to be really good at this. This is a difficult lock though. Got to take it slow. Ah. Okay, found where it turned. I got it. Guard kept been watching me for the last few seconds and I was paying too much attention to what I'm doing. This place is horrible. Blood's all over here. Can you imagine living in this place? This is creepier than many of the places, the dungeons I've gone into. From the marks on the floor, it looks like this box was pushed against the wall recently. There's meat on the floor. From the dust, these look left over from when the previous occupant moved out. I'm not drinking Nord mead from this place. Turn me into a ghost.
I think this floor is rotten.
You think so? Well, you're wearing heavy armor, so don't break through. This wardrobe seems to be nailed to the wall for some reason. You hear children? At this time of night? The perfectly good wardrobe was left behind for some reason. This looks like a false back panel. Oy! Whoa! Necromancer's been at work, I take it. Ugh, this is horrible. Though not anywhere near as bad as where your father lives. Oh, maybe this is what she was talking about? Well, right here. The embalming tool right here. It's curved. There's a journal over there. Ugh, I didn't want to step on bones. What's this altar for? This altar is built to some unknown magic. It looks like someone is using body parts towards some gruesome end. Eek. There's a journal here, but it's journal number 2. Let's look around, see if we can't find journal number 1. Eek, spiders. That's all that would complete this place. Spider infestation. This shelf is filled with more of those butcher flyers from around the city. One pile looks misshapen. Breed, beware the butcher, huh? I haven't seen these before. The killer who haunts the streets of Windhelm. These calamitous times bring out the worst in people. Don't become the next victim. See Viola Giordano if you spot any suspicious behavior. There's a necklace here. Well, it's trying to... strange amulet. For some reason, the person, I guess the butcher, was collecting these flyers. Maybe trying to make it so they wouldn't be discovered or wouldn't be seen, so they would be less people would be aware of them. Like committing a crime and then somebody writing off pages and leaving it all over, and you trying to pick up the pages so people don't know you committed the crime. Investigate pots and pans. These haven't been used for ages. Nothing but skeever droppings and cobwebs inside. I'd say burn this place down afterwards. I wouldn't want to live here. Alright, we have the... Where can we find the first journal? Maybe we won't. This is a bit of a weird design. I've seen this around Windhelm. Very spacious place, though. I'll give it that. The chair is stacked on the bed in an odd fashion. Dresser, wardrobe. Room. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Let's, well, I'm surrounded by the creepy mist. Read the butcher's journal. This is all we have. 17 tendons and assorted ligaments. 173 fragments of bone for assemblage. What? Are they making some kind of zombie? Approximately 4 buckets full of blood. Nord preferred. 6 spoons of marrow. No more than 2 from a thigh. 12 yards of flesh before cutting. Oh, this is awful. Star scrying to the edge of the ice mind. What? Look to the lights where the souls dance, revealing the time when a spark will revive, when the rotted unites under most skillful hands. Translation from Aldmer text as interpreted by the Aeliads and first transcribed by Altmer, provenance and authority unknown. Soon, they wrote. I think we've seen enough. Don't get comfortable in here, Miko. Time to go. Are these the butchers? What are you doing here? Oh, guard. Hey.
Heard there were wolves on the road up north.
You're kidding, there's wolves everywhere. Serena?
What do you need? So, what's on your mind?
I'd like to ask what's on yours. What's on your mind?
I read this book once. Oh, that was ages ago, really. And it was already falling apart.
Oh, this one.
It had a very sweet love story between a woman and a vampire. Of course, when I was very young, I had a soft spot for romance. It was so silly, too. The vampire glowed in the sun. Whoever came up with that hogwash.
At least they weren't sparkly.
Colorful.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can return. I don't think I've gathered enough clues yet. I mean, I've got a journal. I wonder if I couldn't speak to that via Laura Giordano or whatever, but... don't know. Well, it's getting late. Let's go stay at the inn and then start this up again in the morning.